because there's never been a more amazing time to go create something totally new, to go invent something, to start a company, whatever it is.
Did you ever see an idea or an app that seems so simple that you think, I could have done that? If I just knew how to do it, I would have done it and I would have become rich instead of this person. Well, I for sure have, and I know a lot of people have. But for a while, this was out of reach for most people, and starting a company was basically impossible, or very, very hard, but things are changing very quickly. Recently, Sam Altman revealed that he has a bet with his friends that there will be $1 billion one-person company.
I think it is probably possible now to start a company that is a one-person company that will go on to be worth like more than $1 billion, and more importantly than that, deliver an amazing product and service to the world. And that is like a crazy thing. You have access to tools that can let you do what used to take teams of hundreds. And you just have to learn how to use these tools and come up with a great idea. And it's like quite amazing.
And although this still seems a bit far away, there are more and more $1 million one-man companies. So with this in mind, a new movement is surging, which is a Vibepreneur. And this is basically how you can start your own company, solo, just your own. And the way to do this is to actually leverage everything with AI. So we're going to go in this short presentation step by step, how you can go from getting an idea, building a product, and finally marketing, and why is this different now than it was before. Welcome to Vibepreneur. So we talked a bit about this, but how can you actually build a company? So we can say that for most companies, we have 3 steps. We have the idea, then we have the product. Sometimes it's a service, but we can say it's mostly a product for this case. And then we have the marketing, which is how you let people know about your business idea. So this is a traditional model. It has been like this for a while. It's been like this forever. But now we have something different. We have idea vibing, we have vibe coding, and vibe marketing. This is what makes a Vibepreneur. And what's really a Vibepreneur? Let's go step by step to see a little bit of the changes. So the first step is an idea. Most people think their idea is good because it's their idea, but this is not actually the case. A good idea solves a specific problem. So you shouldn't build a product just because you think it's a good idea. You should talk to people about the problems that they have, and then you should build them. So basically, you should not start doing the idea and then try to find the problems it solves. You should do it the other way around. You should find the problems that an idea would solve, and then you should come up with an idea. And the way you do this traditionally is just talking with people about what their problems are. But now we have the process of idea vibing, which is an advanced way to find ideas, where you find one or multiple ideas that can be tested. And the way you do this is using tools like Reddit and Twitter, and using AI to parse them and understand what people's pain points are and how you can start building a product that would solve their actual problem. And that's how we build a good product. The process of idea vibing basically allows you to skip talking with people directly. You just find your complaints and you get more data from more data sources to understand what their problems are, and then you build a product that actually solves them. You get more ideas using this process, and you also get better ideas. Then we have the product. So a product, now that we have an idea, is how we solve the problem. So if we on Reddit we found that was one specific problem with the software, we now know that we can build a product to solve that software. Some products have more leverage. And what this means basically is you get more from what you put in. So Hormoz's definition of leverage is the difference between the work you put and the results you get. And this is Naval Ravikant's pyramid of leverage, which basically just says there are 2 types of leverage, which is permissionless and permissioned. The permissioned are the oldest ones. The first one is labor, where we have someone working for us. So that's leverage because they do the work and we get paid a little bit without adding any extra work. We have capital, where you, for example, invest your money or other people's money. And again, you invest in the same way if it's $10 or $10,000. So you have some leverage because of that. You don't have to actually put more work to invest more money. But this required you to get permission from other people. So if you're investing, you need to be able to actually invest and in case of labor, you need a contract. And then we have the top two, which are permissionless, which anyone can do. The first one and oldest one is media. Media basically is every type of content that you can do once and replicate without any cost. So I'm filming this video, you're watching this video, I don't have an additional cost for you to watch this video. It's not one-on-one, I'm recording it once and everyone can see it forever. So I have a leverage because I just record it once and everyone can see it, rather than me doing this presentation person by person. And then the most recent one, we have code, which again, you build a product software that you can replicate and sell with low additional cost. And now a Vibepreneur, the new part, and that changed this pyramid with AI, is actually the vibe coding, which means everyone now has access to code because anyone can code. So vibe coding basically means you'll be coding speaking only English and with a focus on the results rather than the code. If you have software engineers friends, they probably won't like vibe coding because they are always very focused about the code quality, but in reality, if you want to start a company, especially if you're in the beginning, code quality does not matter that much. What matters is that you have a product and there are people buying. You can improve code later on, and if you have a big company, you'll eventually need to bring people if you don't know how to code. But for most cases, and for you to get rich, even 1 million, you won't need anyone. You just need to vibe code an app that people actually purchase. So why should you vibe code? You don't need to code, so you can build a product that's high leverage and easy to replicate without actually knowing to code. You don't need a team, there's no one to manage, you just build your own product. And you can do quick products, so if an idea is not the right fit, you'll know very quickly. You build products and then you just go to the next one, rather than spending 1 or 2 years planning something that people don't want, or by the time you're done, there's no longer a need for that. So lastly, you have marketing. Marketing is all about letting people know you exist. So we have an idea and you build a product, but people won't just come looking for a product. You need to actually tell them and show them that you exist. Vibe marketing takes this to another step. While in marketing, we had a very slow process where you try ads or you do cold calling hand by hand, and you had limited scale. With Vibe marketing, we take tools that can automate all the process, both creative process to create posts and all of that, or even outreach processes. And this way we can focus on the results and the volume rather than on the process. We can do 10 times the volume without doing 10 times the work, and this increases our likelihood of actually getting to the people that would buy our products. So basically, this is what makes a good Vibepreneur. If you're an idea man, if you see a problem and you immediately think of a solution, you're in the right place. So this is basically what makes a Vibepreneur. It does not need to be someone with experience, it just needs to be someone that has good ideas, can find good ideas or use the tools to actually find good ideas, do some idea vibing, then can vibe code a product to solve a problem, and then can implement multiple ways to let people know them. So you don't need a team, you don't need a product researcher, you don't need coders, and you don't need some company to do the marketing. You can actually go step by step on your own. And in this channel, we're going to do a lot of videos of samples of how you can do each of them. If this is interesting to you, I created a school community. If you're seeing this video as it's released, it's probably still free. It will eventually be paid, but not if you join now. So check the link to join and subscribe if you think this is interesting and you'd like to see how you can actually become a Vibepreneur. Thanks for watching.